This is the day my life changed. I know you say I'm just a teenager who thinks she knows everything. But really, my young life changed that day. It started as usual. Badly. I have to say that I'm generally a happy girl, and that I love myself. Well, most of the time.
I don't like my toast at that setting.
These strange behaving animals are, you've guessed it, my parents.
Was it too much to ask for a proper slice of toast?
Well, when I ask you for a cup of coffee, you don't put enough cream in.
Good morning. But don't worry,
You know what?
they love each other very
What?
much.
Starve to death if you don't like it.
She doesn't really mean it. Well, seriously, I've been wondering lately, why bigotry? Why verbal violence that leads to physical violence? When deep inside, they don't really want that. Well, my days of ignorance are over. I've decided to understand the whys and the hows of these conflicts by asking a pro in the matter, Professor Tanner.
For it is normal to exhibit violent behavior when in a confrontational situation,
Why?
because it is contagious. The emotional memory has a tendency.
But how does it start?
It starts as a reaction, Miss,
Abigail. And a reaction is not an action.
Right. But when you choose a reaction versus another one, it then becomes an action.
Okay, fine, so then why choose a violent reaction?
Do you have a violent behavior problem you want to talk about?
No, I don't. I'm just saying. You're talking about the violent reactions in people, but not how it starts and ends.
This is not a debate. You are here to listen and learn. As I said, violence is contagious and a comfort zone for some.
No aguanto. No puedo.
Is it asking too much when you get here ahead of me to actually leave me space to park my car?
Oh, for heaven's sakes, you and that car. Seriously, if I hear anything about more with you and that car, you spend more time with that car than you do with me. That you make for your wife that you've been married to.
Well,
that is the mother of your daughter.
Why don't I give you the keys to the car, and then I'm guaranteeing
Late breaking news, a
myself that
murder
I'll
on the
always
city's
have the
southwest
tow.
side.
Like you would give me your car. You wouldn't let me in that car.
With police
for
in several
a
parts of the
second.
city
Like,
tonight
when was
and
the
more
last time
buildings
we
are on
actually
fire.
went for a drive
It followed.
in your fancy Timberland?
When was the last time we got in it and you didn't complain to me the whole time?
I don't complain.
And then it happened. Like a blooming flower, like a first morning. I felt like I saw for the first time. I heard for the first time. The smell, touched, colors, forms, every cell of my body, every molecule around me. I became one with it all. Everything was a sensual pleasure. had no more desire for violence. I was in the moment. I woke up the next day terribly different. I mean, I felt harmonious. I made sure I connected to my senses, my sensuality right away. I made this my new obligatory morning exercise. They weren't strange animals anymore. I saw them differently,
My coffee were a lovely
but they didn't know yet how beautiful they were.
Wow, Mom, you look amazing. This just looks lovely on you.
I think I'm gonna get you a new tie today. You deserve the best. Things became clear to me. Now my challenge was to share this with others. Professor Tanner.
Now, young lady, I will not tolerate any more arguments.
I have none, sir. But I have answers.
Ah, and I suppose you will enlighten my 35 years of studying psychology?
No, sir. And I don't know how violence starts and ends. But I know how to beat it.
Oh, and what's that?
Sensuality.
Sensuality? You want to be a political prostitute or something?
Why do you perceive sexuality and sensuality the same?
Aren't they?
They go well together, yes. But pleasures through the sexual organs and pleasures through the perceptive organs are not the same. Okay, violence is contagious, I admit. But does that necessarily mean that it's normal to react in the same way?
Well, that's what contagious means, Miss Abigail.
Okay, so then why some people equally exposed to common flu viruses get it, but then some don't?
I don't know. Maybe you haven't heard of something called the immune system?
Exactly. Stress, worries, negative thoughts. Those things just bring down the immune system. But being happy, that brings it up.
All right. So, what's sensuality got to do with it all?
Well, sensuality gives us pleasure,
And
pleasure makes us happy. It's hard to be violent when you're happy, isn't it? Professor Tanner, I think that the secret of sensuality is being able to feel every cell in our body while still being aware of every sensual stimulus around us.
And that's how you beat violence?
Yes.
Young lady, you've got a whole lot to learn before you deserve some credibility.
That's too bad. Because it's not who speaks that matters, but what is said. And there you have it. My life changed that day. Little, humble me became bigger and stronger than the conflicts and violence around me, simply by being sensual. I may not have found all the whys and hows of violent behaviors. Neither that I made myself understood by everyone. But all I know for sure is that sensuality helps me being happy and impervious to violence, like water